First to Joel Philp in Adelaide. Joel, a fifth case announced today. Obviously, that has authorities worried enough to the point where that state heading into lockdown.
Yeah, that's right, Ash. Look, those first 4 cases related to this Mulberry cluster were all family members of the 81-year-old man from Argentina who came back to South Australia and it appears contracted the virus in New South Wales and brought it here. But this 5th case has authorities worried because it is a friend of the family's who appears to have contracted the virus at a party that he attended with one of the cases at the restaurant Greek on Halifax on July 17. So this Delta strain is spreading very rapidly. It has authorities so concerned that they want to act once to try and stop, further lockdowns and an extended lockdown. So they have acted swiftly in this case. And let me read through some of the details that we need to know. Of course, the lockdown will come into place at 6 p.m. tonight. It will last for 7 days. There are 5 reasons to leave the home, and those reasons are for care and compassionate reasons, for essential work, essential shopping, for medical reasons, including vaccinations and testing, and exercise for up to 90 minutes, but no more than 2.5 kilometres away from the home. Take a listen to what the state's Chief Health Officer had to say today.
This is the time to stay put. This is the time not to move around. The virus doesn't have legs. It moves around when people move around. So if we stay put, the virus will stop and we'll be able to get on top of it.
Take a listen also to what South Australia's Premier had to say when making this announcement today.
This is very, very fast moving. We understand there will be lots of pain points right across the state. We're trying to, number one, control the spread of this disease, and number two, to support businesses and individuals who have been affected.
Yeah, look, that financial support that the Premier just spoke about will include a financial package that will be announced by the Treasurer sometime over the next 24 hours. That's the State Treasurer, of course. But really, over the past 24 hours, we've seen some pretty hectic scenes at testing clinics, especially in the northeastern suburbs of the city where this outbreak began in Mulberry. And that includes people waiting for up to 9 hours in their car overnight to get tested, and some of them even having to sleep in their vehicles and share public toilets. But what's also worth noting is that there's been over 3,000 people who have identified themselves as being at exposure sites that have already been listed, and those people have been ordered into 14 days of quarantine. Now we know about this 5th case, which of course we found out about just today. It's likely that more exposure sites will be listed when we learn about this man's movements. But of course, here's 7 days of lockdown here in South Australia. It's also worth noting that Western Australia has just announced that SA is classified now as a low-risk state, which means anyone heading from SA across to WA will need to quarantine for 14 days. Ash?
So many lives in turmoil. Joel, thank you for the update.